Listen closely. A closed-door clinical analysis just leaked, and the corporate medical machine is terrified. A rogue team of sports nutrition scientists spent months running head-to-head trials on the world's most popular protein sources: whey, eggs, lean meats, and dozens of heavily marketed plant proteins. Their objective? To identify the absolute most lethal weapon for forcing muscle growth in adults over 60. The results froze the research panel mid-presentation. One category completely annihilated the competition, beating standard whey protein by a factor of 500 in specific biological recovery markers. And here is the reality that the pharmaceutical industry once buried. It wasn't a synthetic supplement. It wasn't an overpriced, engineered powder. It was a tactical payload of simple, everyday grains costing mere pennies, activating muscle synthesis in aging biology faster than the most heavily engineered formulas on the market. The industry ignores the fundamental choke points of human aging. After 60, your biological machinery changes. Your stomach acid weakens. Your protein absorption plummets. Those expensive amino acids from commercial whey and factory-farmed meat, they slip right through your system, flush down the drain. You feel bloated but weak, heavier but softer. You are eating the exact same diet you did 20 years ago, but your body is failing to extract the structural payload. These specific grains bypass that digestive choke point entirely. They deliver an ultra-absorbable amino acid structure that your aging biology recognizes and weaponizes instantly. You have been conditioned to believe that defending your muscle mass requires expensive tubs of chalky sludge or brutal diets. But the clinical data proves you can reconstruct your physical armor, dominate your balance, and violently increase your energy output using tactical food interventions that cost less than your morning coffee. Stay locked in until the end of this protocol, because the data on grain number 2 proved it can trigger mitochondrial energy and force muscle fiber repair, even in adults deep into their 80s. Before we execute this briefing, tell me your location in the comments. I read the intel you provide because your battlefield experiences dictate the protocols we deploy. Now, let's address grain number 5, a staple you have likely consumed but entirely failed to weaponize. Number 5, wild rice. Let's get the biology straight. Despite the deceptive name, wild rice is not actually rice. It is the seed of an aquatic grass native to the lakes and rivers of North America. That botanical distinction is a massive tactical advantage for your muscle health. Indigenous populations recognized this centuries ago, utilizing it as elite fuel long before modern science validated their instincts. Here is the clinical reality. Wild rice is a complete protein. It contains all 9 essential amino acids, the fundamental building blocks your biological machinery cannot synthesize on its own. This is exceptionally rare in the plant kingdom and makes it an uncompromising tool for older adults fighting to maintain functional dominance and independence. A single cooked cup delivers 6.5 grams of elite-grade protein alongside a heavy dose of fiber. What makes it a true biological weapon is its antioxidant profile. Lab analysis confirms wild rice possesses 30 times the antioxidant activity of standard white rice. 30 times. These antioxidants are your internal armor. They annihilate the oxidative stress and cellular damage that accelerate muscle wasting. They shut down the chronic systemic inflammation that sabotages your recovery and repair processes. The specific phenolic compounds present, especially synapic acid, form a defensive perimeter against coronary disease, strokes, and cellular mutation, optimizing the cardiovascular system that pumps oxygen into your working muscle tissue. It is loaded with phosphorus and zinc, non-negotiable minerals for fortifying bone density. Your muscles anchor directly to your skeleton. If your bones are weak, your entire structural framework is compromised. Furthermore, wild rice is naturally gluten-free for those whose digestive systems are ravaged by modern wheat proteins, and it is alkaline forming, neutralizing the systemic acid that breeds inflammation. To weaponize wild rice, combine 1 cup with 3 cups of water or a low-sodium broth. Bring it to a boil, drop the heat, and let it simmer under cover for 45 to 50 minutes until the grains split open, but maintain a tactical, chewy structure. Deploy it as a protein-dense foundation for roasted vegetables. Inject it into stews or utilize it in cold salads. But as effective as wild rice is at fortifying your biological framework, the next grain upgrades your protein quality to a level scientists classify as clinically superior. Before we advance, hit subscribe and tap that like button so you don't miss the tactical interventions coming up. Number 4. Freekeh. This isn't some trendy engineered supermarket garbage. This is a foundational biological fuel that has sustained civilizations across the Fertile Crescent for millennia. And a ruthless 2025 clinical review, published in the journal Critical Reviews in Food Science and Nutrition, just exposed its absolute superiority. They analyzed protein quality, digestibility, and biological value, and Freekeh completely annihilated standard mature wheat. Here is the tactical advantage. It is harvested young and green, then roasted. This locks in the nutritional payload before the plant fully matures, securing a significantly higher protein content and a broader arsenal of vitamins and minerals. Clinical analysis confirms it is loaded with essential amino acids: lysine, methionine, isoleucine, valine, and threonine. These are the exact chemical compounds your muscles urgently demand to execute repair and force growth after physical exertion. The biological scores are undeniable. Valine hits 138, isoleucine reaches 133, and threonine scores 96. This is exceptional biological value for an aging framework. At roughly 15 grams of protein per 100 grams of dry grain, Freekeh is one of the most protein-dense assets you can acquire. It also delivers a massive dose of glutamic acid, about 2 grams per serving. That synthesizes glutamine, a compound elite athletes weaponize for endurance. It acts as an excitatory neurotransmitter in your central nervous system, literally firing the signals in your spinal cord and brain that command your body to move with power. The fiber profile is equally aggressive. 13 grams per 100 grams. That's nearly 4 times the fiber of brown rice and double that of quinoa. This isn't just about digestion. It's a prebiotic payload that fortifies your gut microbiome. Understand this. Gut health dictates nutrient absorption. If your microbiome is compromised, your muscle-building machinery starves. Furthermore, Freekeh ranks at a clinically low 43 on the glycemic index. It delivers steady, calculated fuel without the insulin spikes and subsequent metabolic crashes that leave you exhausted and physically useless. To execute the preparation protocol, boil 2.5 cups of water or broth. Add 1 cup of Freekeh. Drop the heat and simmer uncovered for 20 to 25 minutes until the liquid is absorbed. Fluff it. Deploy it alongside lean protein, roasted vegetables, or as the foundation of a high-performance meal. The next intervention on our list has clinical data proving it directly impacts raw grip power and physical performance in ways that will completely shatter your current paradigm. Number 3. Barley. If you have dismissed barley as inert peasant food, wake up. The clinical data on this tactical intervention is uncompromising. A groundbreaking 2025 study in Food Science and Human Wellness tracked aging subjects over a 5-month intervention. They measured systemic inflammation, plasma metabolites, and skeletal muscle function. The results? Massive upgrades across multiple physiological markers. Decreased inflammation, optimized metabolic profiles, enhanced physical capacity. The exact metrics that determine whether you maintain your independence or end up managed by a corporate care facility. Barley is a premier delivery system for a specific lethal soluble fiber called beta-glucan. A rigorous 2022 clinical trial took subjects and supplemented them with just 2 grams of beta-glucan for only 4 weeks. The result? Significant, measurable increases in raw grip strength, triceps power, and upper limb muscle mass compared to the placebo group. The biological mechanism is brilliant. Plasma metabolomics revealed that beta-glucan directly activates the creatine signaling pathway. It essentially bypasses the middleman and sends a direct chemical command to your muscles, ordering them to become stronger, more resilient, and store more glycogen for physical combat. Barley delivers 12 grams of protein per 100 grams, plus essential minerals, manganese, magnesium, phosphorus, and selenium. These are non-negotiable for muscle contraction and executing the enzymatic reactions required for protein synthesis. Even the FDA and the European Food Safety Authority are forced to acknowledge its power, officially recommending beta-glucan for cardiovascular health. Clinical trials confirm it lowers LDL cholesterol by up to 15%. If your cardiovascular system is choked with plaque, oxygen delivery to your working muscles fails. It is that simple. Its complex carbohydrates also provide a sustained, delayed energy release, keeping you fueled without the catastrophic blood sugar spikes that ruin your training. Protocol for maximum benefit. Combine 1 cup of pearl barley with 3 cups of liquid. Bring to a rolling boil, then simmer covered for 45 to 60 minutes. Substitute it for inert white rice in any meal. Weaponize it as a hot breakfast cereal. Use it as a structural base for lean proteins. The next grain on our list is a complete protein that has actually forced endorsements from major medical institutions like the Cleveland Clinic and the Mayo Clinic. Number 2, Farro. Farro. This ancient wheat grain originating in Mesopotamia is experiencing a massive tactical resurgence. When the registered dietitians at the Cleveland Clinic and the Mayo Clinic are actively pushing a natural food as a superior alternative for aging adults, you pay attention. It is a complete protein, meaning it delivers the full spectrum of essential amino acids your body cannot manufacture. Every time you consume it, you are directly funding your daily protein requirements for muscle maintenance. A 1/4 cup serving of whole grain emmer, the standard variety you'll find, delivers 7 grams of elite quality protein paired with 7 grams of fiber. That combination covers 20% of your daily fiber requirement while simultaneously aggressively upgrading your protein intake. The Mayo Clinic explicitly cites its concentrated load of iron, magnesium, and protein, highlighting its power to manage blood sugar, defend heart health, and optimize brain function. Farro is loaded with zinc, a non-negotiable mineral for immune dominance, wound repair, and protein synthesis. It provides the magnesium necessary for proper nerve transmission, forced muscle contraction, and relaxation. It delivers the iron required to prevent the anemia that saps the strength of so many older adults, ensuring your blood aggressively transports oxygen to your muscle tissue during physical exertion. Furthermore, the synergy of high fiber and high protein makes Farro incredibly satiating. It forces you to feel full, shutting down the cravings for engineered, processed garbage that destroys your body composition and physical independence. To prepare it properly, rinse it relentlessly under cold water. Then cook 1 cup of Farro in 2.5 to 3 cups of boiling broth, for 30 to 40 minutes. You can slash that cooking time to 20 minutes by soaking it overnight. Deploy it in warm salads, hearty stews, or as a dense, nutritious side dish that fuels your biological machinery for hours. Now we hit the apex, grain number 1. The clinical data on this intervention is absolute and will permanently alter how you view plant-based protein. Number 1. Sorghum. If there is a single tactical intervention you must deploy into your daily nutrition immediately, it is sorghum. It obliterates standard grains, packing over 20 grams of high-quality protein per cup. That is more protein than a full ounce of chicken or beef. It is one of the most concentrated plant-based payloads on the planet. But here is why it is the ultimate biological weapon for aging adults. A single cup delivers over 2.5 grams of the amino acid leucine. Leucine is the master switch. It is the exact chemical threshold required to violently activate muscle protein synthesis. It triggers the mTOR pathway, commanding your cellular machinery to build and repair tissue. Most plant proteins fail miserably on leucine. Sorghum over-delivers. The Sorghum Checkoff Organization and leading dietitians explicitly target this grain for elderly populations fight sarcopenia, the degenerative loss of muscle mass that the medical establishment simply accepts as normal. It is not normal, it is a nutritional failure. Current science dictates hitting 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein per meal to maximize synthesis. Sorghum makes hitting that target cheap, efficient, and devoid of synthetic corporate supplements. It is naturally gluten-free, making it essential for those whose gut lining is destroyed by commercial wheat. It packs a massive arsenal of phytochemicals, phenolic compounds, tannins, anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that hunt down and neutralize the oxidative stress rotting your muscle cells from the inside out. The prebiotic fiber creates a hostile environment for pathogenic bacteria while feeding the microbiome that drives nutrient absorption. To execute the protocol, 1 cup of whole grain sorghum, 3 cups of liquid. Bring to a boil, drop the heat, cover, and simmer for 50 to 60 minutes. Batch cook it, freeze it. Use it exactly like rice or quinoa. Pop it like popcorn for a crunchy, high-protein snack. These 5 interventions are not fads. They are highly validated, biological weapons provided by nature to defend your muscle mass against the siege of aging. Forget the expensive powders that bloat your gut and deliver isolated nutrients stripped of their necessary cofactors. These whole foods work synergistically with your digestive machinery. They deliver complete proteins, creatine-activating beta-glucans, inflammation-destroying antioxidants, and crucial minerals in every bite. They fortify not just your muscles, but your entire biological framework, heart, brain, and bones. Start immediately. Deploy just 1 of these grains into your regimen this week. Replace the engineered, empty carbohydrates that are slowly killing you. Your muscles will respond aggressively. Your energy will surge. Your digestive choke points will clear. You will be taking uncompromising tactical action to maintain the dominance and independence you deserve. If you are ready to stop managing your decline and start weaponizing your biology, subscribe and hit the notification bell. I will not let you miss the next briefing. I'm Dr. Chloe Kim. Get to work.